She left for work and never made it to her car. Jody Huisentruit was a familiar face in Mason City, a morning news anchor who rose through the ranks by the early 1990s. On June 27, 1995, she left her home before dawn and walked toward her red Mazda to start the day's broadcast. That morning, something changed the course of a life and started a decades-long mystery. Investigators arrived to find a single shoe and a set of car keys near her vehicle. Neighbors later reported a scream about 4:30 a.m. Authorities treated the case as a suspected abduction, and the search that followed was immediate and intense. Volunteers combed fields, officers checked tips, and local news covered the story nonstop. Jody had told close friends she felt uneasy in the weeks leading up to her disappearance. She reported being followed and receiving harassing phone calls. Those details shaped the investigation. Detectives looked at people in her life, checked phone records, and interviewed anyone who might explain who had been watching her. In the months that followed, several persons of interest emerged. Tips poured in from across the region. Some led to dead ends, others to new questions. The community remained on edge as search teams worked, but the case produced no arrest. Jody's family and colleagues kept the story alive, pressing investigators for answers and keeping a public reward available for credible information. In 2001, Jody was declared legally deceased. That legal step closed a difficult chapter for grieving loved ones, but it did not close the investigation. Over the years, renewed attention by journalists, independent investigators, and cold case teams kept leads alive. Technology and new techniques in forensic science gradually changed what detectives could test, but the case remained complicated by time and the limits of the evidence. In recent years, there have been new searches, public appeals, and at least one unsealed warrant connected to the investigation. Local media and true crime storytellers revisited the facts, and the increased publicity generated fresh tips and renewed interest from people who remember the small town's night of fear. Rewards were increased to encourage anyone with information to come forward. Through it all, the human cost is what stands out. A family without closure, a community that remembers a friendly anchor who simply vanished on a summer morning. Cases like this remind us that even small towns can hold big mysteries, and that the passage of time doesn't erase the need for answers. This is not the final chapter. People keep looking, and people still remember.